yeah. For the record, yeah. For the record, for the record, yeah. For the record. Been a little too nice for y'all. Now I gotta up price for y'all. Snake eyes on dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all. Frozen. A6 all the hate. I won't get involved today. Got lost in the ball and age. I'm flipping the bars. I'm flipping the on record, off record. I still count wins when they doubt it. On record, off record. I let them take advantage. I was wildin'. On record, off record deals. Tell them talk to Colin for the quote. On record, off record. I still want the act, not the ghost. Running through it with the young influence. Adolescent presence. I'm succumbing to it. I've been giving yeses when I sit and do it. I complete ejected with the moves elusive. And I'm barely moving, but I'm still gon' boost them. I can't work on winnings when I know you're losing. So I went to win.
Hello and welcome again to hopefully another edutaining episode of Create Simple Meals. So tonight we're going to be doing a Asian stir fry. It's going to be a real quick, simple meal. Well, quick and not so quick. It basically, take all these covers off we're setting up. It's basically, we're going to cook off some chicken and some sesame oil. We have some frozen vegetables of your choice. The ones we're using tonight is broccoli, carrots. It's basically the pre-mixed frozen stir-fry mix you can buy from any grocery store. We're going to mix into that a sauce that we're going to make. We're going to make that live right here in front of you. Take that and we're going to toss it with some udon noodles. Now, me personally, I like the fresh udon noodles. You can use the dry ones. That's not an issue. I just prefer the fresh ones myself. And you can usually find them at most of your gourmet grocery stores or any type of Asian grocery store. So we season the chicken off with some garlic, salt, and pepper, a little cayenne, and we're going to just cook that down. As it gets to cooking, when it's almost done, not completely done, then we're going to add in the vegetables while frozen to that same mix. Now, while we're waiting on that, let's start working on our sauce. So we have some chicken broth here. We have some orange juice. I use fresh squeeze. You don't really have to. I didn't bring myself a spoon. We're going to add in, remember I got to with this. We're going to add in some chili paste, brown sugar, and that's basically it for our sauce. Stir this together. Now, to thicken this sauce up as we start cooking, if your sauce is not as thick as you would like for it to be, you can add in some equal parts of cornstarch and cold water at the end to make it as thick as you want it. But for right now, I'm not going to add that in. I'm going to see if we can get away. If I feel like we need to add some more, then obviously I'm going to go get some of that. All right, so let's get this chicken a little stir. And let that keep cooking. This show, again, as always, is brought to you by the self-employed tax guy, as well as Self-Lodge Planner. So the self-employed tax guy has built this company up basically for you and I from the ground up. And what I like about this company is because it's one where you can actually go and get your taxes done either via face-to-face. As you know, in current events, we're dealing with this coronavirus, so you don't have to go into the office. You can also do it via Skype, Dropbox, email, but he makes it so that he can fit your schedule. Also for Self-Lodge Planning, for all your group travel needs, please hit up Self-Lodge Planning for your churches, your pre-wedding trips, class reunions, fraternal trips. Please hit up Self-Lodge Planning. All right. Had to add a little soy sauce into that mix. Grab me a spoon. And that cornstarch too, just in case. Alrighty. So this, I'm mixing this off some. Add a little bit more sesame oil just in case. Also, because I like the taste of sesame oil. The sesame oil, if you don't like, because there are some people that do not like the flavor of sesame oil, you can use any other oil, olive oil, canola oil, but for that Asian flavor, the sesame oil is one of the what's required. But again, no rules when it comes to cooking, other than my three favorite rules and only rules: must have a passion, must have patience, and you must practice. Other than that, there is no rules. If you don't want to use sesame oil, don't use sesame oil. Um, Also, I think the more the information is up for the daddy daughter dance. Um, I believe it is June 20th, and the tickets are $60. But the information will be on there. I'm don't know off the top of my head all the particulars, but I do know it is June 20th. I do know it is um, in Carson, and tickets are $60. So please, the number should be on the screen on that flyer. Please contact the brother Chris. Get the information. Or sorry, you can contact him to purchase your tickets. And if you have any other information that's not on the flyer, please hit him up. He'll be glad to answer all your questions. All right. Mix this up a little bit. Now, so tune in this Saturday. I'm probably going to do uh, a shrimp and grits. I was gonna do it tonight, but I'm like, I don't feel like doing shrimp and grits tonight. I figure I'll do it on Saturday. So I'm probably gonna go live again this weekend and do the shrimp and grits special. We're gonna let that cook off a little bit. In the meantime, I can grab me a beer and taste this sauce. I want to thicken it up. Now, again, as I said, for the thickening up, it's 2 parts. Use this for now. Or equal parts cornstarch and water. So that's my cornstarch. Grab me a little bit of water. And just basically making a quick slurry. Again, now you can do this at the end, and it's probably preferred to do it at the end, but I make sauces all the time. I know how I personally prefer my sauces, so I can tell you now I'm going to want it thicker. So I'm going to go ahead and add this in there now. Now you want to make sure when you're using this slurry to fully incorporate it. If you're used to making roux, you know you're basically cooking it over heat to get that pasty flavor out, the flour flavor. Same with cornstarch, but you don't necessarily have to heat it up. But you do need to make sure it is thoroughly mixed. All right. Keep on at this. I was going to use my wok, which is preferred. But as you know, as much as I love these infrared burners, if you watch some of the other shows I mentioned, I have 2 single burners and I have 1 double burner. My double burner I can use with any type of pot, but it's not as powerful. These I can use, but I have to use with certain type of induction ready pots. But hands down, comparing the two, I love this one the best. But I don't have a induction ready wok. So if anyone know of a good brand of an induction ready wok, please email me at askme@createsimplemills.com. The email address is scrolling around on one of them screens. But please send it to me because I am in search of a good wok. I want to start doing more Asian meals. Now, you know what? I'm not sure if I need to, but I think I want to add some salt to this. It's just my own personal preference. I want a little bit of salt to it. And again, this is one of the reasons my rule includes the practice. Some things I can give you all the recipes that I've done, that I've found, that I've tweaked, and that I've created. You can follow almost any chef in the world and find out the same recipes. But unless you practice them, you're never going to get good at them. So as you practice, there's some things you intuitively going to know, like, hey, you know what? This is going to need some salt in it. Even though the recipe may not have called for it, you've practiced enough your passion to understand that you're going to need to do this a little bit. All right. Grab my handy dandy thermometer. And just as a reminder, poultry is done at 165. However, you should always take out your poultry a tad sooner because it's going to continue to cook. So I'm doing several reasons because it's not one piece of chicken. All right. Grab me a bowl. Get this out of our way for now. Now, prior to the show, we had every time I do that, my glasses fog up and can't see for a second. Prior to the show, we had put some udon noodles in a bowl. I didn't bring that did I? The pasta fork. Drain this out. Drain some of this fluid out. So as we're going to do now is basically just warming up the noodles because they're already cooked. As I told you, we bought the fresh noodles. We're going to take these, add a little bit more of this sesame oil. I know y'all like little. Little is relative. A little bit more of this sesame oil. We basically is going to put these. If you ever been to them places in the mall, like the Mongolian wok places, same principle. We just doing it ourselves. Save us a trip to the mall. Take this sauce, and we're going to basically just toss that in there. Not going to toss all of it. Bring this tent back up. Now, I will tell you this, as this cooks and as it set, it will thicken up. If you wanted the sauce thicker as kind of like some of those Asian fast food places that sell like the orange chicken bowl, you could have actually heated this up over a stove, thickened it up, made it into a more of a gelatinous type sauce and use it that way. But we're doing this right in the pan right now. We're gonna let that cook down for a quick second. And again, don't forget, follow us on our website. We are continuously building it, but if you go to the website, it will get you to some of our videos a whole lot faster. Please, for those of you, especially you entrepreneurs and self-employed, especially you, hit up the self-employed tax guy. He has a wealth of knowledge. One is there to get his YouTube channel and post it up. He has a wealth of knowledge for small businesses, entrepreneurs, and those that just need general tax questions. Also coming up in June for us fathers and daughters, there will be Chris Aaron presents his first daddy-daughter dance. I think the tickets are $60. It will be in Carson. I encourage you to attend this event. It is the first of what I'm sure is going to be many of them. So we're almost done with our recipe. Again, we've started off with some seasoned chicken, which we seasoned with some garlic, pepper, a little bit of mustard sauce. From that, we made a quick Asian sauce, which was soy sauce, some brown sugar, some chili paste, mixed it all together, orange juice, and chicken broth. And then we took some fresh noodles, and we're heating those up now. Let's see what we got going on here. Turn this down just a little bit. All right. And you can't really see it on the screen, but the sauce is thickening up some here. I made the mistake of accidentally locking the controls here. All right, so you can kind of see it is getting a little bit thicker. I'm gonna add just a little bit more to this. Actually, I'm gonna add all of it. Why not? Oh, so and a friend of mine, she asked me to do it. I'm gonna try to do it. I posted a picture up the other day on one of the platforms of a meal I did, and it was fried chicken, cabbage, macaroni and cheese, and yam. So I got a comment of that ain't a simple meal. That would take all day. What I failed to put up initially was the mac and cheese as well as the yams were left over from Thanksgiving. I'm the kind of person I hate waste, so I usually break food down. I freeze it into even the pasta I did on one show. I'll break that down, freeze it in little Ziploc bags, and when I'm going to work, instead of me buying lunch, I grab one of them, take it to me, and heat it up. Now, but the reason it looks so fresh was I found a way to basically wake up the mac and cheese and make it look same day. So I'm going to try and do it again one of these days live. But real quick, all I did was I took the macaroni and cheese out of the freezer, thawed it out. I put a saucepan with a little bit of milk, or you can use cream in it. Brought it up to wasn't even a boil, more of a simmer. Added the mac and cheese to that and let it reconstitute. You will have to add a little bit more seasoning, not a lot. I think I put a half a teaspoon of salt, a little bit more garlic powder, and it tasted and it looked as if I had did it that day. So I will start, and I was asked, can I start doing some leftover meals? Because they were interested in it, especially now when it's hard for us to get to grocery stores with a lot of areas around the world are being locked down. So I will try and keep that in mind and do some leftover revitalization meals as time presents. Okay, now that we're done with that, we can turn this sauce off. And we are going to put these noodles we were debating on should we toss the vegetable mixture in it or not. I've opted to not do that. Now we take our chicken breast pieces and our stir fry vegetables. We're going to add that in there. Put this off to the side and bring my trivet out. And basically, folks, there you have it. Asian stir fry. Some fresh udon noodles. We made a quick sauce right here with some soy sauce, some sesame oil, some orange juice, chicken broth, brown sugar, chili paste. We took that, we put in some pre-seasoned chicken breast. We seasoned with some garlic, pepper, salt. Cooked that off in some sesame oil, heated up the udon noodles in some warm water, then tossed that into the sauce, topped it off with our stir fry. Until next week, actually, we're probably going to do it this weekend, but until next time, I should say, remember there are absolutely only 3 rules that we have when it comes to cooking. You must have a passion, you must have patience, and you must be willing to practice. See you again here live on
That's a
Create
joke.
Simple
Tell him
Meals.
laugh. Uncle Sam got the bag. Brody plot. We'll get a whack. Contract. Give me the max. I got lab on my back. You ain't that. Then it's raps. Whoa, 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 whoa. For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, for the record, yeah. For the record.